What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to, of course, talk about with you guys. For those of you who haven't seen this already, it is now currently being reported that the Miami Heat have interest in bringing John Wall to South Beach if he is able to reach a buyout agreement with the Houston Rockets, and this is all being reported by Barry Jackson. Now, I'm not exactly too sure what the Houston Rockets are really doing with John Wall, because it doesn't honestly seem like at this point they're too convinced on trading him away. Well, not necessarily convinced, but it doesn't look like they're trying to trade him away, even though they've mutually come to an agreement to just not play him at all and sit him out until a trade is done. They just, it doesn't seem like they really care at the moment to trade him away, and they're for some reason happy to pay him. I don't know, that's what it kind of looks like right now, because there have really been no reports at all that the Houston Rockets are trying to trade him or anything like that. Apparently they got out of negotiations with Philadelphia revolving the whole Ben Simmons situation. It just doesn't seem like they want to trade him away for some reason, or maybe it's just not necessarily a priority for him. But the thing with the Houston Rockets is that at this point, if I was just them, I would just say, you know what, we don't care about, we can't obviously find a trade for you. We've been looking for a long time. We haven't been too focused on it recently. Let's just, come to a buyout. We don't have to pay you the remaining, $20 million or something like that. And then, John Wall could possibly agree to that. I'm not exactly too sure. Again, giving up $20 million is a lot. So probably not, but they could definitely ask him. There's no harm in asking him. He'll probably say no. And then I think the other thing they'll probably just say is, alright, well, we'll let you go and play on another team, and we'll give you a roster spot to a younger player, and we'll continuously, pay you, which is kind of what they're doing right now. They're paying him to just sit down, which is so weird, considering that they're not in playoff contention, so they shouldn't really care if he's playing on a different team. And also the other fact is they could give his roster spot to a younger player. Now, when it comes to John Wall and who he should potentially, try and go to, in my opinion, I really do think he should go to the Clippers. I think going to the Miami Heat would be such a weird thing to do. Of course it'd be great for him to do it because he would instantly win, but it just would seem really weird for a guy like that who can be a star on a team to go and play for them when they would probably bring him off the bench. Yeah, legitimately probably bring him off the bench. Even though some people might say he's better than Kyle Lowry, some people might say he's not. It's clear to see that if he was to go there, the Miami Heat would definitely be starting Kyle Lowry over him. It's just pretty obvious they're not going to pay Kyle Lowry $20-something million to not start him. And then, I'm not sure what's going on with Victor Oladipo at the moment, but he's another dude that could be like a near star player or something like that on another team, and he's playing on the Miami Heat right now on the minimum and hasn't really played a game this season due to injury. But hey, maybe that's kind of what he's looking at to maybe do. So yeah, it is an interesting thing, to be honest. I don't think he should go to the Miami Heat, but if he was to go to the Miami Heat, they would be an insanely good team, and I mean insanely good team. Like, let's just say Oladipo comes back from injury, then you're looking at a team that looks like Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, PJ Tucker, Victor Oladipo, and John Wall. Like, that's going to be one of the most crazy 8-man rotations ever. Plus, there's still a little bit of depth here and there when you look at, Markieff Morris is on the team, Dwayne Dedmon is on the team. Caleb Martin's been pretty good for them this year as well. There's a lot of kind of depth going on right now for this Miami Heat team. It didn't look like there was going to be too much depth at the start of the season. But players like Caleb Martin and, Dwayne Dedmon, those type of players really did improve this season, and it seemed like they're playing a pretty pivotal role with the Miami Heat. But yeah, if I was John Wall, I just wouldn't go to Miami, just because why would you want to, he could legitimately be the star on his, on a team, be the starting point guard and average 20 points per game, or he can go to the Miami Heat, probably average 15 a game off the bench, and just make the league entirely unfair. If I was him, I would definitely look at going to the Philadelphia 76ers as well. They're desperately looking for a shot-creating point guard to come in. They would be really cool. The Celtics need a point guard, but I don't think they need necessarily another shot creator. They should go after a playmaker. The Milwaukee Bucks would be kind of cool to maybe see him go to, maybe help them contend for another, championship here and there. Dallas would be kind of cool to go play with maybe Luka. Not sure how that dynamic would work, but I think the Clippers, him playing with Paul George, would be kind of cool to maybe see as well. So yeah, there's a lot of different teams that he could maybe go to, and yeah, I'm really excited to see maybe what his outcome's going to be. I think the Houston Rockets will eventually buy him out because there's really no point to have a player like him on the team anymore. I don't know why they've still got him on the team. It's clear that they're happy to pay him to not play. So I don't know why at this point you wouldn't just trade him away. That's what I would just do if I was them. I just think it's a little bit strange to randomly have him on the team. And look, if he goes and plays for another team, who even cares? Because, the Rockets aren't good. So it's not like they're going to contend to, it's not like John Wall on another team would hurt the Rockets at all and how they, maybe played. Another team that's actually come out of nowhere as a team that he could maybe go to could be like the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've experimented a lot with a smaller backcourt, and considering Colin Sexton is out for the whole season, there's rumors they're looking to trade him, and they desperately need a shot creator as well. He might actually be a pretty interesting player to maybe go see on the Cavs, especially if they're convinced on trading Sexton. But again, that would just maybe kind of contradict the whole Sexton thing. But hey, it's maybe there. The Charlotte Hornets could be an interesting one as well. You could go play with LaMelo Ball. LaMelo would just guard the 2 and John Wall would just be the 1. That could be an interesting one. But I think the Philadelphia 76ers and the Clippers, they're both really looking for a shot creating point guard. So I think both of those teams would actually be really, really nice. But hey, if he goes to the Miami Heat, that team is most likely going to be really, really overpowered. In my opinion, that would be I think, consensus, championship favorite team. I think every single person and their dad would probably think the Miami Heat are going to win the championship there. If you look at it like this, Victor Oladipo and John Wall, who would start for them, or who would come off the bench, rather, as their 6th and 7th man, would be both good enough to be, star-level players on OKC, San Antonio, New Orleans, Houston as well. Orlando, Detroit, Toronto, maybe even as well. A lot of different teams here and there. So, hey, it's a really crazy one that John Wall is considering the Rockets and the Rockets are considering him. Because, honestly, that's just going to make the league so unfair. I wouldn't be surprised if the NBA just nah, that's not happening, and veto it just because of how crazy it would actually be if a trade like that maybe did go down. But hey, it would kind of make it look like, well, any team that kind of comes up against them is really the underdog now at this point, and you're kind of just well, the Miami Heat are the favorites, but let's just see if another team can maybe knock them off, and it's going to be really exciting to see maybe that team that, of course, does try and, maybe do it here and there. But hey, I think it's going to be really, really interesting to maybe see how this, of course, all does unfold. If you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for all the latest NBA content and NBA news. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/long channels if you haven't already. But most importantly, comment your thoughts and opinions on this down below. Who should John Wall go to? What team should he go and sign with? Should he go to the Miami Heat, or should he maybe go to an underdog team like Charlotte or Cleveland and form a double guard system over there, or maybe just go to a contending team like the Clippers or the Philadelphia 76ers, something like that? Of course, I would definitely really like to know, your thoughts and opinions on this down below. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/long channels, which I'll all be linking in the description down below, and go check out my podcast channel as well if you haven't already, which will of course be in the description down below. But as I was saying, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.